through your freedom.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
I really believe you can handle the truth. Welcome back, everyone, to the Prepared Mind channel. And guess what? We're getting a big warning. Well, it's for preppers. It's for everyone. But do regular citizens listen? Do regular citizens pay attention? Not so much, right? But as preppers, we pay attention to everything. You've got food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense, right? You've gone to the preparedmind.club, gotten your communications gear, your solar power. You've gotten the self-defense items. You're prepared, right? We still need warnings. We see the warning signs. Well, we're getting a warning, folks, from none other than the Department of Homeland Security, right? Non-preppers, they don't pay any attention. They may know a little bit about what's happening, but they're not fully prepared. That's why coming here, supporting us through Subscribestar, and then sharing that internet address up there with others, that helps people get prepared, right? And your support helps keep me right here with the entire Prepared Mind Network crew, and we work tirelessly behind the scenes. Well, sometimes we're kind of tired, but we try and work tirelessly to bring you all the information. Now, 2020, summer, before the elections, we had the St. George Floyd incident. We had massive protests nationwide. Democrat mayors, Democrat governors, Democrat politicians allowing the violence, encouraging the violence, refusing to prosecute those committing acts of violence and murder and hatred. Yep. Sure looked like insurrection to me across the nation by these ding-dongs who were saying, burn it all down, right? Destroy everything, while the mainstream media called it mostly peaceful protesting. But here we are, folks, 2022, the summer, and Homeland Security, the Department of Homeland Security, the DHS, is actually doing its job, and it's warning us. Well, it's warning Catholic churches and pregnancy centers to be prepared for the very much publicized night of rage that pro-abortion groups are going to be engaged in. You know, how is a night of rage and attacking Catholic churches going to change anyone's mind and make them want to support these pro-abortion groups? How is attacking pregnancy centers going to help pro-abortion groups? And that it doesn't matter. See, that's not what they're about. To me, this sounds more like terror. Now, the FBI designated parents as domestic terrorists because they wanted to get involved civilly at school board meetings. And they went in and they voiced their opposition to some of the programs that were being proposed or had been accepted, right? Very peaceful, everything else. Well, the FBI called them domestic terrorists. Where's the FBI with people who are calling for a night of rage? Once again, these more youthful, highly, how do we say this, right? Indoctrinated to the point where many of them look like they need to be institutionalized. These people are promising a night of rage. I think that we could take this seriously. And I'm actually glad the Department of Homeland Security is giving out warnings. But they're going after pregnancy centers. All they do is offer help to young women. Catholic churches, because they have a moral belief. Folks, this reminds me, and it takes me all the way back in history to the Roman Empire, where during its fall, right, you had battles, literal battles between church adherents and their extremism and the anti-church and their extremism. And depending on who had the authority, went back and forth over who was punished the most. Right? Christians thrown to the lions. Okay, you know who was basically more powerful at the time. And then you had, well, let's burn the Library of Alexandria because it's heresy to have information people shouldn't be reading, or whatever it was they believed, but they would attack the other side. Ultimately, Rome tore itself to pieces. I hope we don't go down that terrifying road all the way. We started down it. But people who are calling for violence, You see the DHS, the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, the federal government, they all think they're above the fray, that these things can happen and they just need to manage and control them. But for you and me, it's SHTF when they start, right? They've used the phrase, burn it all down. That's nothing that I would ever say. Burn it down, burn it to the ground, burn it all, right? That's what these people are saying. That's what they're threatening. It's a very scary situation if you're on the receiving end of their violence. So are you prepared with food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense? Do you have a plan if these activities start in your neighborhood? Are you willing, right, to help others in such a situation, right? It could be down the street, 1 block, 2 blocks. When this night of rage occurs, are you going to be willing to help? Because maybe if you don't help them 2 blocks away, your city block, your neighborhood could be next. See, that was kind of a problem with this night of rage and summer of love in 2020. Is we thought, okay, they're gonna get tired and go away in a day or two. No, they didn't, did they? They were back night after night after night after night, in city after city after city, burning, looting, and in some cases murdering. If the people had stopped it when the police refused or weren't allowed by their Democrat mayors, right? If the people had stopped this nonsense, it would have been over. I'm not calling for anything illegal or dangerous or immoral or harmful. I'm not calling for that. I'm just saying, let's think about it. If we actually step up as the people and stop this in its tracks, we will save ourselves a lot of expense, worry, and damage. Right? But having food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense ahead of time is a must. We've got to be prepared to take care of ourselves first and foremost, and after that, prep to action. Right? Again, taking action. It's not easy to do. Taking action, like calling your representatives at the local level, the state level, and saying, if this night of rage garbage gets out of hand, we expect you to do something about it. We expect you to stop it immediately. We expect you to arrest, prosecute these people who are committing these crimes. We don't need another 2020 by any of these groups, right? Nobody would tolerate the KKK or neo-Nazis marching and burning things. They wouldn't tolerate it, right? They wouldn't tolerate church burnings by KKK members. They wouldn't tolerate it, right? They wouldn't tolerate government buildings being burned by neo-Nazis. Wouldn't happen. So why is this being allowed? Other than political expediency, there is no reason. It looks to be politically expedient. Someone benefits, right? That's a question I ask often. Who benefits? Qui bono? Is it you and me, the people, the public? Or is it special interest groups and the government who wish to have their opponents silenced, have their opponents scared? That's what terror is about, folks. That's what it's about. This night of rage is about terrorizing Americans. It's about terrorizing opposition to their agenda. And this agenda is pushing, right, for a new form of government, right? One that is authoritarian in nature. Very scary stuff. We've seen this in history, folks. It happened in Russia. It happened in Germany in the 1920s, the teens, the 1930s. And then again, it happened just after the World War II in China. Right? These extremist regimes come in and they use these sorts of events to push for power and control. And then they get it. And then you're stuck with that. In America, we have our rights, our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, our Declaration of Independence. We have the ability to defend ourselves, one another, and our country. So let's do it. Let us prepare, because chance favors the prepared mind. Let us be brave, right? Let us understand the consequences of inaction versus some action or all action. I think it's coming to that. And we just need to start thinking about it, looking around us and seeing what's going on. But get them active. Call your sheriff's department, call your police department and say, hey, what's going on? Do we have to worry here? The Department of Homeland Security is reminding us there's a problem, right? when the police are asked, notified, and they get it from enough people, they're going to pay attention as well. Expectation levels for law enforcement to do their job are a bit higher these days after school shootings. It's like, you guys need to take action. So hopefully they do, but chance favors the prepared mind. So let's get ready. Semper Fi to all. God bless America.